Days, building a website is pretty much the easy part. Business often struggle with getting found online with so much content competing for our attention, particularly when it comes to Google, trying to get into that all-important search, of course, get those results to the top. So how can we try and stand out online? Digimark Australia creating an efficient, systemized approach to improving websites' positioning in those Google services. For more, we're joined by Digimark Australia CEO, Jaenke. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me.
Why is SEO so important for businesses at the moment, do you think?
Most people go to Google when they're searching for a business. Facebook is great to develop awareness, but when people want to work with you, they will search for you.
It is a really good point, of course, that's how they do it. It's the new yellow pages in that sense, isn't it? But for a lot of businesses, it is extremely confusing to understand what SEO is. So just kind of bring it back. Obviously, we know that it's search engine optimization, but it changes so much in terms of how to utilize it, doesn't it?
It does. And I guess the easiest way to think of it is you're trying to build trust with Google. So you're doing different things to your website, you're getting other websites to link back to you. It's all about building trust with Google.
And how do you do that when you're a small or medium-sized business? Obviously, those link backs are so important, where it's about getting your link from your website into another website which is already trusted by Google and by its users. And essentially that helps Google to understand the algorithm that you are worth trusting as well. How do you do that when you're starting out? How do you do that when you're a medium-sized business?
One of the best ways that you can do that is by joining the Chamber of Commerce. So you'll get a link back from them. Any local directories as well. If we're talking local business, you're wanting to get those local directories. Like we've got, I'm in Toowoomba, we've got toowoomba.com.au. Chamber of Commerce. If you like to write, then sometimes you can suggest that that's a good thing for them to link to, but it has to be high quality content as well.
And it's all about the content, isn't it? So let's talk about the content. So it could be interviews where you have appeared like you are right now here on Ticker, for example, or it could be blog posts that you've written. It could be things that you've done. But the one thing that we get told quite often is it's not your social media posts, is it? It's not linking to your Instagram feed and hoping that that will save the day. It's more about the stuff that you're putting on your website, that native content which people are looking for, sharing and searching for.
Those social signals are important, but it's generally if the post goes viral, so you get a lot of comments, that sort of thing, Google's going to pay attention to that. That's not to say that you shouldn't be trying to be a little bit more active on social media. But yeah, if you post once a month or once a week, it's not going to have an impact on your search ranking.
Yeah, so tell me what you guys do. Tell me about what your service is there at Digimark and how you assist with people there as well. Because obviously what we're talking about here is people who are taking the power themselves, they're doing the posts themselves, those sorts of things too. What is it? What's the service you offer?
So unfortunately, a lot of web designers are based around, and I'm probably going to get hurt for this, they're looking to create something that looks great and generates leads, but they're not really focused on pleasing Google. So what we go through and do is we look at what needs to be changed on the website to please Google, and people can do this themselves. It's just really time consuming. And then from there, we look at what content to build, so what people are actually searching for and how we can add value so that they actually come to the website, they stick around, read the article, and then go on to making a buying decision from there if it's something that is going to solve their problem.
I guess there are a lot of businesses, and this comes from the fight we're seeing in the news business at the moment and a lot of others, where they're saying that Google and Facebook are monopolies. It's hurting Australian business, certainly hurting a lot of Australian media businesses. Do you think there'll be some businesses out there that essentially don't care about Google anymore because they're concerned that the terms are not fair, that no matter what they do, it's a fight? For example, if you're a painting business in Geelong, there's probably 20 others, so you're going to be fighting against them. It's great for Google, but not great for your business. What are your thoughts? Is Google the enemy or our friend?
Oh, that's a good one. Both. I don't think that people will choose a different search engine. Google works really well. It's where everyone currently goes. I don't think that they've
Okay.
been collecting our data for ages, and people know it, and they still use Google. I think that Google's got another 10 to 20 years, unless Apple comes along with their new search
Yeah.
engine and topples them.
Well, I mean, Microsoft tried it with Bing, but we still Google, don't we, Stephen? Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah. Thanks for yours.